Hey guys, Dick sort of here today doing what if Dick was in Fault New Vegas Part 2. I'm sorry guys, I haven't posted this one, just I was not really motivated, so today I'm a bit running on fleet fumes, so yeah. As Juno had no idea. When Deku got out of the follower space, Juno noticed that this entire city was completely made out of was mostly collapsed and rubble, but some of the buildings had people in them. She was like wondering, why are these people living such in terrible condition? As Deku's like, well, that's what they do, junkies and shit. You gotta get used to them in the wasteland, because the two are walking as well. As Bell gets not Bell, Deku mad as Deku goes to a weapon shop. No, he goes to the gunners outside the gate. People asked him to be his bodyguard, but he doesn't want to be. He doesn't want bodyguards. As soon as Deku got there, Deku tossed a bunch of caps on the table. He was like, what are those things for? As Deku's like, then explains, like, oh, basically these are currency. And she says, don't you use cash? And Deku laughs, like, cash is pretty much useless here. The only thing you can sell is caps. And Juno's like, oh, well, so caps are like $1, right? Deku's like, yep, $1. And she's like, oh, well, does the price increase? Or Deku's like, no, it doesn't increase. In fact, exact opposite. She says, what do you mean? They don't, well, we don't use caps for taxes, you see. We judge the weapon by its value and how sturdy it is. As a Robotron, here you go. Automatic silenced pistol. Here you go. Have a nice day, customer. As the security bot says in the booth. Asbel picks up. No, Asbel. As Deku picks up the pistol and gives it to Juno, and Juno says, wait, why are you giving this to me? As Deku's like, well, you need something to defend yourself. And she was like, yeah, but. Deku's like, but what? She says, well, I never shot a gun before. Deku's like, I'll teach you. As Deku manages to find three empty bottles around the gunner's base, he puts some up on like some rubble from leftover building. And then Deku teaches Juno how to fire it. She manages to hit one bottle, but she misses the next. And the third shot, the gun completely slips out of her hands. And Deku's like laughing so much, like, man, you really don't know how to use a gun. And she was like, yep, yeah, I really don't. As Deku was beginning to say, listen, you seem familiar to me. But I have a suspicion that I don't like, but I have a feeling I don't like you. As she was like, what? As Deku was like, yeah, I don't like you for some reason. As June was like, what? It was like, Deku's like, yeah, I don't like you at all. For some reason, I hate you. I don't know why. Because if I did not say in the last video, but Deku, his memories are completely gone. But after some trauma or some time, his memories will come back. But that will take a long time. And he was like, oh, so you don't remember the... As Deku was like, remember what? She was like, it's nothing. Juno's flashback. As Juno tells Izuku to get away from the portal. When the portal explodes, it drags Izuku through the portal first. And yeah. So everyone just thinks Deku is the carrier, but Deku's not the carrier. And everyone just thought he was, but anyway, him. As Juno and Deku were walking towards Novac. Yeah, Novac. Boone, my boy. When they got to Novac, Juno immediately noticed that when she was going up the road, she saw a dinosaur-looking like statue. She was wondering, like, really? They live here? And so it was like, yeah, this is like where I live. This is where I live. And she says, well, could you find someplace better? As Dick was like, yeah, it was in Vegas. And she was like, what? Then why didn't you take? Then wait, why can't you book a room there? As Dick was like, well, there was too much caps, and Jules says, whatever. I'm sorry, guys, for roasting the story this much. Just kind of running down fumes right now, so please just deal with it for now. I'm so sorry for me not recording more videos. As Deku and Juno begin walking towards the gate, everyone's looking at Juno with their earplugs. Everyone's thinking her, just saying, "Man, is she a freak?" But they were whispering. Or Deku did hear some of the words they're saying, so he just glared at them, and they just shut the fuck up. Look, Deku gave them, and they did. As Deku was going up the stairs to his hotel room, he was beginning to unlock it, but there was someone there. It was Boone. Deku's like, Boone! And Boone says, Deku, Izuku. As both of them give each other a high five. No, what? They give each other a hug instead. As Deku's saying to Boone, Boone, how you been? Boone's like, I've been great, man. As they begin talking for a few minutes, Shiro's like sitting there with the collar around her neck that if she's not near Izuku, it explodes. Yeah, I'm giving him that because if I remember in Dead Money DLC, if there's radio waves, it basically explodes. But that color, Deku automatically rerouted the power for that one. And no, he actually remade one for only if the Pip-Boy is like a meter. The farther you are from the meter, the more chances you will explode and die. So yeah, after Deku and Boone got done talking, Deku said to Juno, come up here. As Juno begins walking up the stairs, just says, okay. Because her legs are tired due from the walking, because they've been walking for about 3 days. When Juno saw the bed, she just oppositely flopped onto the bed instantly, and Deku was like, as Deku was like, just push his hand on his shoulders, like, hands on his shoulder, he makes a fist and put it on his shoulder, and just says, well, I suggest you make some room. As Juno's like, what do you mean? As Bell begins taking his shirt off and taking his armor off, as Joe's like blushing, like, what are you doing? As well, Deku's like, what do you mean? We're getting undressed because we've been traveling for 3 days. And besides, we need good rest. As Juno's like, what? Well, could you at least put some pants on? As Deku's like, okay, fine. Deku puts on a fresh shirt and puts a pair of underwear on. However, Juno changes in the bathroom. However, she knows that Deku has old war pajamas. So she puts those on, and Deku's already fast asleep. And Juno just turned the lights off as well. As Juno's getting tucked into bed, she noticed that she noticed that Deku was different. He wasn't the soft, kind person that he used to be. Well, he still is, but he's a bit more cold-hearted, and he's a bit more serious, and he doesn't take to others kindly. So I guess he still remembers the prank that I did to him at that school. Flashback of when Juno... No, oh, okay, we're going to class UA. And Deku got in without even having a quirk. Let's just say that they looked at him as... let me think about it. What would they think? What would they... What would... Okay. He was... Okay. He was good at predicting people's movements. Let's just say that. And he knows how to dodge pretty well, so... That's why he was able to join the UA classroom, but he's been bullied there ever since, so... Of course, all the girls bullied him for a long time, and the boys. However... I'm gonna fucking kill him. However... I think, in this one, if everything will start to change. When Juno wakes up the next morning, she knows that Deku's gone from the bed. And she also noticed that there's a note on the right side of her bed. It just says, I've gone out to get some supplies. There are clothes in the closet and a few guns I have. Take whatever gun you wish, but make sure you can actually carry it. Sincerely, Deku. As Juno's like, she's like saying, man, if only the girls were here now. As we cut to the good memories from UA. However, it was short-lasted until someone came knocking at a door. Just says, like this, like, excuse me, Deku. As Juno gets out of the bed, as she begins like opening the door, like creaking it though, making sure the person doesn't see her wearing her. No, yeah, she's still wearing her pajamas, so she's fine. And it was Boone. Boone says, "Oh hey, oh it's you. Have you seen Izuku?" As Izuku was like, as Juno was like, "Well, he actually left." But that's when Juno realizes that she doesn't have the collar anymore. But they can remove that when she was asleep. But Deku told Boone to keep an eye out on her in case she escaped. However, Juno had a feeling that even if she escaped, Deku would find her. By this time, putting more of a tight leash on her. So, guys, just as Boone says, listen. As Boone begins telling Juno that there's actually a breakfast in the dining hall area, Juno agrees to go there. However, Boone's gonna be waiting by the door for her. As Juno begins changing out, she notices a picture that falls off of one of Izuku's clothes. And it was a picture of someone. However, the person who was there was burnt out. She can only tell that he held on to something. To someone close. And that was ED. ED, my man, will not forget you. ED's like the fucking best like companion ever, guys, to be honest. Okay, anyway. As Juno got done getting dressed, she begins heading straight towards the door. She opens it and closes it behind her. As Boone says, "Finally, come on, breakfast is almost over." As the two begin going down the stairs and going straight towards the dining hall. When Juno first gets in there, everyone begins looking at her ears, calling her a mutant, a freak. But Boone says, "Hey, we're all humans here. That doesn't mean we can make this one. That doesn't mean that we should call other people freaks." Sorry, guys, I'm like so tired right now. As Boone orders a potato salad and chicken noodle. As Juno got less, and Boone looked at the lunch lady and just says, "Sorry, we're almost out of supplies, so I'm just rationing it." And Boone's like, "I understand." So Boone gives some of his rations to Juno. Juno's like, "But don't you need this more than me?" As Boone's like, "No, I pretty much have more faith in your friend Deku." And Juno's like, "But, but, but, what do you mean you have more faith in Deku?" As both of them sit down on a lunch table, Boone begins explaining how Deku is really helpful around here, and he's really strong. He's incredibly nice. However, when in a fight, he's serious. Hell, first time when anyone saw him kill was probably at Springfields. And the guy's like, "Wait, what's Spring?" No, but Juno's like, "What's Springfields?" As been explaining, it's a town not too far from here. As she also says, "Yeah, Deku." As she begins with saying how Deku walked all the way to New Vegas, and Juno dropped her jaws like, "Wait, how? How can he be so? Ugh. How can he have that? How can he go that long?" And yes, guys, I will do an origin story. However, the Legion's pretty pissed off at Deku. However, they haven't noticed that Deku is a master of disguises. Okay, sorry guys. However, we go on to Deku now. As Deku is going to the Legionnaires, he thinks that there's more slaves that he could free. So Deku kills one of the Legion soldiers and begins putting on his disguise. As he begins walking down, the soldier says, "All hail Kaiser." As Deku says, "All hail Kaiser, my brother." As Deku was being walked down, he noticed someone. And that someone was Momo Aizozu in the cage. She was abused beaten, has a black eye, and she's crying. She's the only slave there, though. However, Deku decided to buy her. Probably around 500 caps, but it was worth it. As she got out of the cage, she was begging Deku not to do anything with her. She was begging her to let her go. As soon as they got up the hill, Deku said to her, "Chill the fuck out, lady." As Deku literally puts her onto the ground. As then he begins moving off his armor, taking off the disguise, and when she just sees Deku, she doesn't care. She just hugs him, saying, "Thank you so much." She begins crying her eyes out on Deku, just saying, thank you for saving her." She's so happy that she's found one of her classmates. Even though Deku's quirkless, she doesn't care. He came to save her. She's so happy that she's with someone from her class. And Deku's like, "Whoa, whoa there." As she's like, "What?" She's crying as Deku's So Deku let her cry for about 5 minutes. And Bill grabbed her shoulders and says, "Hey, snap out of it. We're not in the clear yet." As Moai's Rosie says, "What do you mean? And why do you look so much taller and older?" As Deku's like, "So, wait, you also know me?" As Momo says, "Yeah, you're Isuku Midoriya." As, uh, as Deku's like, "Isuku Midoriya, so that you know." Oh, so I'm guessing this is someone from Class A. As Deku decides to pull up his hat, decides to take to put on his outfit, his NCR armor, but however, he gives Juno his jacket for the NCR armor because, that's him. She begins walking, but before she could, Deku knows she doesn't have any shoes on, so Deku gave her some shoes, so she wouldn't hurt her feet when they were walking. However, it's going to take about 5 days to get there, so I have a long ass time to do my recording. But anyway, guys, I'm going to end the video here. I'm sorry it hasn't been longer. I'm sorry I haven't been more detailed with it. Please smash that like button. It really helps me. It really helps this channel grow, and it really helps me be a better YouTuber. But thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to y'all later.